gentlemen, here we are having fun in our RV. Well, today we're going to do an instructional video on how to install one of these keyless or even fob remote type of door locks. Now, I say an installation, of course, I'm kind of embarrassed because based on everything I've read and looked at the instructions, I think this should be really pretty easy, pretty straightforward, not a whole lot of instruction. I guess, well, these videos serve two purposes, really. One, instructional in order to tell you what you need to do step by step, or informative to let you know that, hey, this is a piece of cake. Anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can certainly do it. And I'm going to say right now something I like to say pretty often is I am not an expert. Guys show up to do these videos and they say, well, I've got this certification, that certification. I've been working on RVs for 10 years, blah, 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 blah. And that's great. Sometimes you need an expert to do some things. I am not an expert. I'm somebody like you trying to figure out, well, how hard is this going to be? But like I said, based on everything I've read, it's going to be fairly simple. Now, I purchased this one right here on Amazon, and it's kind of it was a little bit lower price than some of them. These things are somewhere around $100, $150, something like that, and I got somewhere a little over $100. And if they're all about the same price and they all look just alike, well, that tells me, well, there's probably some company in China or somewhere that's making these things, and different people are putting their names on them, okay? And so when that's the case, then I go by the reviews, okay? I like to hear people talk about customer service or how good the instructions were. Well, it turns out, you can see probably right here beside me, these instructions are pretty nice. They're really good photos, good instructions, laid out well, easy to understand, and the reviews that I read were all about, man, it was easy to put in, I love it, it works really well, customer service is good, I had a question, I called them up, and that's the thing they even put on their ad, is that we're here for you, you have a question, you just give us a call. Things like that made me pick this one. Not necessarily the price, but I could have bought one that looks just like this one, identical, for $40 more if I'd wanted to. But and if I thought there'd been an advantage to it, I certainly would have done that. It wasn't, but it was a little bit, you know, less expensive, and prime, free shipping, all that type of stuff, which usually sometimes is more. So this worked out really well, I hope. Like I said, good reviews, good you know, remarks about it, so it should be pretty easy to do. Now I have to stop right here. If you enjoyed this, if this helped you, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We YouTubers, we live or die by that like and subscribe. And we really do like it when you do that a lot, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm going to start by, of course, well, I'm not sure what to do first. I think I glanced at the instructions, and I think they might want you to go ahead and put the batteries in first. So we're going to do that. But I mean, it's just take off a screw, put in batteries like you always do. I mean, there's nothing to it. So here we go. Oh, also, you probably saw when I was looking through the box, it came with batteries. It came with 4 batteries. Now, those batteries that usually come with devices are usually not really good batteries. I went ahead and bought some really good copper top batteries that I'm going to put in here because I want it to last longer. And then I'm going to take those that they gave me and I'll put them in a drawer for emergencies or something. But, you know, it's nice that they came with batteries. In case you forgot to get some, you can still do it. And it looks real easy to change them. Even once I get this thing installed, there's a little door here and it just comes open and you put in new batteries. So there you go. The other thing about this is, let's say your batteries go dead. Well, as long as you have the key with you, you can still use this just like your regular lock. Open it up. It's not like you're locked out because the batteries are dead. And it's got a fob if you want to do that. It's got keys if you want to do that. Or you can enter in a code here and use that. I'm excited about this. Everybody that I've seen on the internet that talks about getting these things says it's one of the best things they ever did. And so here we are going to upgrade our Coleman 17B with a new, you know, automatic combination key fob door handle. That'll be fun. Okay, as you can see, it came with some batteries that actually look pretty good, but you never know about these kind of things. Whenever I'm putting batteries in something that's going to be kind of critical, I like to go ahead and get the best that money can buy, and these really do make a difference. They're stronger, they last longer. It really does matter. it's a real simple process. In the instructions, it says to open this little door here and put the batteries in. Be careful because it's a small screw and it requires a small screwdriver. And guess what? They gave me this screwdriver. This screwdriver came with this door opener. So I like it when companies give you the tools that you need in order to do something. Screw goes right there. Door opens up. Oh, I see. Push it that way. Opens up. The batteries go in. Okay, we'll stop right there, and I'll get the batteries in. Batteries in. All right, let's go on to well, program door lock keypad. I'm not going to show you the whole process of that. And like so many of the things where you program a lock or you do something like that, you know, you've got to you know, hold down this button, push this button, set it to this, turn it to that, stand on one foot, cluck like a chicken, blink twice, and then let go of it and put in the new code or something like that. And so I'm not going to go through all of that. If you get it, you'll get the instructions on how to program it right there. Couldn't hardly be easier. Well, you probably don't want to do that. You don't want to drop screws in your driveway. It's my understanding that sometimes you have to remove this door striker and replace it with one that they provide for us, but I'll tell you what, it looks like it's going to work just fine. And I have seen that on other demonstrations of this, that just depending on the RV you have, you don't even have to mess with this. So that's good news. One of the pages in the instructions talks about how to take the back off of this. Then you push this through, and then you hook everything back together, then put these screws back in. Let's see if it works like they say it will work in the instructions. Looks like it will. Basically, it's 5 screws that you take out. One of them's kind of hidden underneath here. It took me a second to find that, but I guess maybe 4 screws, but only a second. And then everything else seems to, well, let's see how it works. In order to get this in here, it's tight, so I kind of wanted to, you know, it's just got foam and stuff in here. I pushed it up here and I thought, well, I don't know, let's try it. There you go, it's done. There it is. So let's do the rest of it. I'm going to use a pair of pliers to help me reach in there with my big fat fingers. I have to say, I had to get my wife out here to help me and push on this backside and hold everything together while I lined up all this type of stuff. This was not a one-person job, and this thing kept getting in my way. And so I had to get down there and do it, and I couldn't have done it without her. So make sure when you go to do this, you're going to have a helper handy that you can use for 5 minutes. Say, hey, come out here and help me with this. But it's pretty straightforward so far. Notice the catch and everything works here. You kind of have to hold it for just a second. Hold it. It doesn't. You're good, huh? None of this affects this part. This is the part that works just like the one we used to have. Okay? And the keys work it just like they used to work the one you have. The only thing that this or the fobs or everything work is this deadbolt right here, which is cool. And so anyway, we're really excited about having this, and it really wasn't that hard of a job. So programming it was a little bit confusing until you go back and you go down the steps exactly the way they say do it. Hit this button, hit that button, hit the basic key, then do your programming. If you don't do that right, weird things happen. So you got to do it exactly the way it says, and it gets frustrating. But it works great, and I don't see it's a problem at all. So we're excited about this, and have fun. Be sure and hit that subscribe and like button. We got to have those. That's the thing that really makes this all worthwhile. Thank you very much, and have fun on the road.